the forest to see Miss Tree. She lives in a house that is mostly green, except for the chimney and windows and walls, and one or two places just down the halls, and it's filled with rabbits and newts and snails, and fat little puppies that wag their tails, and a whale and a tiger and elephants too.
Well, maybe not elephants.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear puppies. Happy birthday to you. Very good. How'd you like that? You know what great occasion this is? It's the 7 weeks birthday of Sid's basset hound puppies. Isn't that a cause for celebration? Sid is one of our new friends, and all his puppies are our new friends too. How many puppies did there used to be, Sid?
10.
What happened to the others?
The guy who bred the puppies, they took one, and we sold 2 of them.
Sold 2, and you want to sell all the rest of them sooner or later? Because who do you still have that you're going to keep? Who's still at home that didn't come today? I bet you can guess.
Mother.
The mother, right? What's her name, Sid?
Freckles.
Freckles. And which one of the puppies looks like her?
This one.
Is that, oh, that one? I thought, wasn't she very pale? I don't know, she looks more like that one. Okay, well, I learned a lot about basset hounds just when I went to see Sid's puppies when they were very little, because I never knew that basset hounds could be 3 different kinds. Brian, can you see what 3 different kinds of colors of color combinations of puppies are in this cage?
Yes.
What?
Brown, white, and black.
Some of them are brown, white, and what's that called? The red? They're going to turn red?
Yeah.
And what color do you call the one that's very, very pale over there? Like something that's very sour?
Lemon?
Lemon, right. I think that's what Sid's mother told me. And then these are what I thought. I thought all basset hounds look like the ones that are black and white and brown. Which kind do you like best, Brian?
I like that brown one right there.
The one that's just yawning?
Well, if we didn't have a cat, I'd like to get him.
Oh, you have a cat, though, don't you, Sid? How do they get along?
Not too good.
Not too good.
But if I'm afraid if I get a dog, because Fluffy might hurt the dog. My next door neighbor's dog, it can really run fast, but Fluffy, my cat, she goes after it and scratches it all
She
up.
chases the dog. What happens at your...
She scratched her ear all up one time when my neighbors went on a vacation. And his ear was all bloody.
It's usually the other way, isn't it? The dogs chase cats? What happens at your house, Sid?
The dogs chase the cat.
The dogs chase the cat, and there's so many dogs. Poor cat.
This time it's the poor dog, Lucky Cat.
What kind of animals do you have at your house, Jeannine?
Well, we have 2 baby turtles. Well, we used to have 1 big turtle, but we couldn't keep it that long because it didn't like it in the box. And so we have 2 baby turtles, and we have a dog.
What, any special kind of dog?
It's half collie and half German Shepherd.
Oh, that sounds like a good watchdog. What are basset hounds good for, Sid?
Hunting.
Hunting, right. Well, let's take one. Do you think it'd be all right if we each held one? And which one do you like the best? What's your favorite?
Fattest one.
Okay, the fattest one.
The one that I like.
Okay, let me hand out a few puppies here, and we'll move the cage over so we can get a better look. You'll have to brush a few crumbs off. This cage isn't as clean as... Now, which one would you like? Brian. Oh, I should ask Jeannine first. Ladies first. Which one would
I
you
like
like?
the little black one.
This one right here?
Yeah,
That one? Oh, okay. Come here, little black one. They had lunch before they came to Hodgepodge Lodge, didn't they? So that's why they're all sleeping. Afternoon nap.
Yeah, I guess I'll have that one.
This one?
No, that
This one?
Yeah.
He's got a cute little face.
Well, let's see. I think I'll wake this one up. Okay. Let's just slide the cage over here. Excuse me, Brian, I didn't mean to run into you. Can you get your foot around? It gets a little crowded in Hodgepodge Lodge every now and then. There we are. Everybody has a puppy. Isn't there a saying that goes around saying happiness is having a warm puppy? Yeah. So we all ought to be pretty happy this afternoon. Okay, Sid, let's start with you. Yours is sitting up and posing for his picture, but he's still sleeping. He's not going to let anybody bother him and wake him up from his nap. Tell us some of the things that make a basset hound a basset hound. How could you tell that that was a basset hound?
Well, their ears are real long.
Their ears are very long and floppy. No matter what color they are, their ears are long and floppy. And what else?
Their paws are real fat.
Paws are very fat. Yes, look at this one's paw. He has a very fat paw. Jeannine, can you see something different to mention that helps you tell that this is a basset hound and not a beagle or some other kind of hunting dog?
Well, the colors. Well, you know.
Yeah, the colors, right. And isn't there something special? Don't they look like they have too much skin sometimes? They have,
Like under here.
oh, look at that. Sid can get a whole handful of skin from that puppy's head. And that's supposed to be the sign of a good basset hound, isn't it? When it has lots of wrinkles in its face. Some people think they look sort of sad because they have such wrinkly faces. Hello, puppy. Do any of them have names? Yeah.
The lemon color.
The very pale lemon-colored one, and what's her name?
Petunia.
Petunia. That's a funny name for a dog. And the mother's name is Freckles. And do you remember what the father's name was? I know he's at somebody else's house.
I think it was Snoopy.
Snoopy. Oh, I think that's a good name for a basset.
That when the name looks like his mother, we don't know if we're going to name the name that we call him Mother.
Oh, you mean name it after the mother?
Mm-hmm.
Freckles the second, maybe? It's funny to think that this color is going to change into, what color? Reddish brown.
Reddish brown.
Reddish brown. The ones that are brown and white are going to be reddish brown.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
Do like this and get your face real sad.
Turn him around, will you, so Brian can see his real sad face. Is that one of the things you're supposed to do to make them look more like basset hounds, champion basset hounds, make their faces all wrinkly? Try that on yours, Jeannine. Well, I think Sid's got the one with the wrinkliest face.
I can't even see my face. He's more interested in watching his brothers and sisters.
How many boys and how many girls were in the litter, Sid?
I think it was 4 boys and 6 girls.
4 boys and 6 girls. That's almost came out even, didn't it? And had the mother ever had puppies before?
Mm-hmm.
How many did she have last time?
7.
7. So how many has she had altogether?
17.
17. That's a pretty large family, isn't it? 17 children, but not all at once. What do these puppies eat?
Puppy chow.
Puppy chow.
Puppy cow.
No milk?
Just add water.
Just water. That's an idea. Maybe some of these would be thirsty. Let's see. Who's ready for a drink?
Me.
You! Let's see if we can have a puppy that's thirsty. Are you thirsty?
You're thirsty.
Look at this one. This teeth.
His ears are going in?
Oh, dear me. Some people that have dogs with long ears tie their ears together with a rubber band when they're eating or drinking so they don't get them messy. I guess you don't do that with basset hounds, too.
Let's see if he wants to
Well,
do
he he or she had a drink. I didn't see what I had. A little boy. He had a drink. You want to try yours, Brian?
Do anything to drink.
Listen. I guess they're looking around for some puppy chow.
Whoa.
Oh, want any more drinks? Have they been to the vets yet?
Mm-hmm.
What did he do to them?
They gave him the worm shots and
What other kind of shots do dogs have to get? I've never had a dog, so I don't really know what dogs. Rabies?
yeah,
Oh,
maybe,
worm?
but they didn't have them yet. I don't
Oh,
think they
they
got them yet.
they get those later.
You want to drink?
Yeah. It's just as important to take puppies to the doctor as it is to take babies to the doctor.
That thing has bad breath.
Look at that one.
Oh, oh, look at that thirsty puppy. Her ears are getting wet too. I bet it feels good on a warm day. Okay, Sid, I bet yours
It could be you now.
yours is the biggest one, so I bet he might be the thirstiest one too. His ears reaching all the way to the bottom of the dish.
Touch the bottom.
You can even see what color his tongue is.
What the heck? Where do you want to go? I'm not going down here. No.
Where do you keep them at home, Sid? I know you live
Playhouse.
in the playhouse. Where did you keep them when they were first born?
In a box. It's for puppies. When she has puppies, she got to lay in it.
Oh, a special box for having puppies in. That was down your cellar. Oh, yeah. She was a very good mother because she didn't hurt any of her puppies. Some mothers lie on their puppies and smother them.
And when they try to drink from her, she always bites her head off.
Goodness,
And
yes,
so-
I hear that she sort of didn't like them nursing after they got to be a little big because feel their toenails. When they would nurse from their mother, their toenails scratched her tummy. So what's that called when the mother decides the puppies are old enough not to drink milk from her anymore? And it's time for them to learn to eat regular food. Weaning. Have you ever heard that term? That's what all mammals do. All mammals, sooner or later, have to be weaned. And that's what this mother basset hound decided, that the puppies were getting too big and poking her with their fingernails when they were nursing, and so she decided it was time for them to learn to eat puppy chow and be on their own. So what kind of noise is that, Jeannine?
Sounds like he's snoring.
I'm having a bad time with this.
Listen.
God, just holding him too
She's having a
tight.
bad time.
Is it? Well, you think he wants to get back and take a nap?
No.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Put him back in, let him take a nap. And,
Mine likes my hair.
yeah, your hair is just about the color of those brown spots over its eyes.
My mother's going to kill me when I get home.
Why?
I'm all...
Oh, I think you still look very handsome, Brian. I don't think the puppy ruined your clothes. You know, there are some people that belong to basset clubs, and they go out on Sunday afternoons or Saturdays or all day and just let the hounds out and follow them across the fields. Have you ever been out on a hunt like that? There's a club not too far from here, but I've never been out with them. But that sounds like a nice thing to do, don't you think, on a fall day or a spring day when it isn't too hot or too cold, just to let the dogs out and walk after the dogs and try to keep up with them. And what do you suppose are some of the things the dogs might find when they roam across the fields?
Rats.
Rats, right.
Mice.
Mice. How about something a little bigger that with a white tail?
Raccoon.
If you went out you might.
Possums?
Possums? Well, what's something with long ears that was very common?
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Don't you think that's probably the first thing that they might scare up? And how do dogs know that where they're going to find an animal? How do they track an animal down?
By your sense of smell. Maybe.
You think that's right, Sid? They have a very good sense of smell, don't they? And they probably have pretty good. Goodness, now don't fight, boys. Can you think of some other kinds of hunting dogs? There are some that have short legs like this and floppy ears and tails that stick up, but not quite such heavy feet. And lots of people use them to go rabbit hunting with. Beagles? Beagles, right. It's almost beagle and basset. What's the matter, boy? He certainly has a worried-looking face. Looks like giving me a kiss. What is it about dogs that on very hot days they have to hold their mouths open and pant?
Because their fur is too long for them. It's real hot for them.
Their fur is hot, and they don't perspire like people do they? They have to get cool off by opening their mouths, and
They know how to do the doggy paddle pretty well. If they see a pool, they smell a pool nearby. Someone gets out and they decide to take a walk around the block, and there's some water on them. Then here comes a dog walking up. Pool.
Have yours ever?
Along, and then he climbs up the ladder.
Have yours ever been swimming? I know you have a pool in your backyard. I don't know whether they'd be very good swimmers or not. They have such short legs.
Got pretty fat paws and probably move pretty fast.
Do you have to? Some dogs you have to spend a lot of time brushing them. The ones that have long hair and combing their hair. Do you ever do that to Basset?
No, but one time when we caught a dog, it was like a bear, so big.
A stray dog,
Yeah, I guess so. It was a
And-
big one.
and it had things stuck in its fur.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you're smart to have short-haired dogs. Where do you want to go? Anything else you children would like to know about Basset hounds? You think you'd like to have a Basset puppy for a pet if you had room, and if your mother would let you, and if you had enough money to buy one?
Why are these one particular dogs that go hunting? Why can't they take like collies or something like that?
Well, someday we'll have to have a long talk about that because they're different dogs. Collies are more working dogs, and German Shepherds, they're bred to do work, rounding up cows and so forth.
Miss Jane,
What?
this might you might not be able to answer it, but how come why aren't they just a solid color instead of like mixed colors like?
Well, because that's the way Basset hounds have been over the years that they've been bred.
But I mean, they don't have fur on them when they're born, but they're just bare. And then how do?
Oh, yes, they have fur on them when they're born, don't they, Sid?
But when it comes out, it's blood all over them. It doesn't look like it has.
But when the mother cleans them
Miniature
up.
schnauzers, they're in little sacks like.
Yeah, all mammals are born in little sacks. That's the way they come, and then the mother helps them get out and cleans them up. You're going to be sad when... Are you going to be sad when all these puppies are gone, Sid? Do you have to help feed them and take them out for their exercise and so forth? You just get to play with them, huh? And help keep them tame. Well, that's a valuable job too.
Should have a relay race with them. My next door neighbors, when they had both of their dogs, one of them they had to get rid of, but when they were both there, they'd have relay races. Like they'd have one dog Biscuit here. I mean, they would line up and someone would hold them, and then as soon as someone would throw one out, it would go up there, and then they would both take off. And usually it was Sophie, but Sadie, she was nice and plump and fat, and so she hardly even got it.
I bet Sid has fun playing games with his
Then they
puppies.
just cheated and gave Sadie a few for nothing.
Well,
They
we
gave
worked.
it. Gave it for a prize for trying so hard.
Let's go over to the discovery table and look at one of those animals that a Basset hound might find if it's out on a hunt. Aurora, you coming? I think Aurora's a little jealous of all your puppies, Sid. He likes to get a lot of the attention around here. Can you recognize which animal this is?
Possum.
Of the ones we talked about.
Would bite.
Right, the possum.
Will it bite, Miss Jane?
It might. I'll let you pat it in a minute. But what's it doing? Now, a natural reaction of possums when you catch them, what do you think it's doing?
Playing dead.
Playing dead. And what does it hope that we'll do?
The enemy will go away.
That will go away, or if one of your dogs found this possum, or a grown-up possum, the possum lay down like that and pretend to be dead, then the dog might get discouraged and go away. But that's one way possums have of defending themselves, because they really aren't very fast runners and they're not fierce fighters, so they have to have some way to
They
protect
don't
themselves.
look dead.
No. Sometimes, if this baby's been in captivity for a couple of weeks, its mother got killed, and a friend of mine's been taking care of it, so it's used to being picked up and handled. But a wild possum that was picked up for the first time, or discovered for the first time, we just might roll right over with its feet sticking out, and really looked like it was dead.
In school, there was, our last unit was animals, and we were studying about them, and one of the reports were on playing dead. And,
Animals that play dead?
Yeah.
How many animals did you find out that play dead besides the possum? Did you?
I don't know, I can't remember, but I know that the possum was one. And then there was another report on some kind of animal, I don't know what it was, but whenever it would get scared or was afraid that something was going to happen to it, then it would dig a hole and bury itself.
Well, that's a good way
think
to
it was-
escape, too, if you could dig a hole fast enough.
Yeah, but it dug a hole real fast.
What's important to remember about possums, they have a very unusual way of carrying their babies around. Have you ever
They put them on back. They have a horn or something.
Right, they have a pouch in their tummies.
Is this one that one?
No, this is a little boy possum. The mother possums have pouches that the babies climb into when they're born. When they're born, they're only as big as a bean. Can you imagine something? And all the possums in one litter would fit in a teaspoon. Not all the puppies in your dog's litter would fit in a teaspoon, would they? But all the possums in a possum litter, there might be a dozen of them, would all fit into a teaspoon. And they just climb up their mother's fur and get in the pouch and just stay there until they're big enough, until they get their fur and are big enough to get along.
Miss Jean, why does the tails go around the tree?
Well, that's a special kind of tail called a prehensile tail. Monkeys have it, see? That's one way. Sometimes you see pictures of them hanging onto a tree branch like that.
Doesn't it hurt the tail? Could the tail come off?
No. Some animals, right, we had an experience one time, didn't we, with an animal whose tail came off. But that kind of animal, remember what kind that was?
Skink.
A skink. That animal can grow a new tail. But if a possum's tail came off, it couldn't grow a new tail. It can hang by its tail when it's climbing around the trees.
Like a monkey when he jumps each branch, you catch by his tail.
Right, the monkey. You two want to take care of the possum for a minute, and I have another animal over here that can play dead. It's just a baby, too. We have a baby possum and a baby. No, it won't bite. This animal only eats toads. And it's a very special kind of, what kind of animal is this, Sid? No, what is it? You know what it is. It's a, what? Is it a?
Snake.
It's a snake, right.
What's it doing?
Oh dear, it's going to the bathroom. I guess that's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll find
It
something.
smells terrible.
We'll get a Kleenex up here and
I'd
clean
like
it
to
up.
do it in front of me.
Oh. Possums belong in the woods, right? Not in houses, and when they're visiting, you never can tell what's going to happen.
That's all right, boy.
Sid, hold on to the snake a minute. Maybe we better put the possum back in its cage, and you be trying to figure out what kind of snake this is. Maybe Bryan can help because he's studied animals that play dead. You remember this animal in the report on animals that play dead? This one isn't playing dead because it's been in captivity for a while. But if you find one of these snakes out in the wild, it'll turn over, open its mouth, and let its tongue hang out and hope that you'll go away. It has a nose like a little pig, and its name is the hog-nosed snake. Has a few other, if you remember that? Has a few other tricks too. It can spread its neck out and look like a, what kind of a snake can spread its neck out? We don't have them around here. See them in the zoo. Cobras, right?
Yeah.
And if it's sitting in a pile of dry leaves when you find it, it'll wiggle its tail back and forth in the dry leaves. And what do you think that would sound like? A rattlesnake. So it has several pretty good ways of defending itself, doesn't it?
One time I went in these woods near our house, and me and my friend, we heard this noise, and we said it was a rattlesnake, so we got out real fast, but it wasn't.
Yeah, right. It might have been a hog-nosed snake rattling its tail. Might have been a black snake. A lot of snakes can do that. But hog-nosed snakes are very interesting and good snakes to have around. This one is, what colors is he, Sid? Gray and white. Sometimes you find some that have sort of orange on them. Would you like to feel him, Jeannine? If you're not used to handling snakes, it is a little not scary, but surprising at first. And should you ever pick up a snake that you don't know the identity of, right, the best thing to do is, if you see a snake in the woods, is just to watch it go its own way. You want to touch it, Sid? Or you held it for me. You've already had a turn. Okay, how about you, Bryan? The hog-nosed snake that can play dead like the possum. I think we better let him sit out here and take it easy for a few minutes. The puppies have all settled down, or are they waking up?
Look at that one. The snake's going under his hand.
Yes, he's looking for some shade. Well, I hope you've had a fun time at Hodgepodge Lodge today, learning about basset hounds. Thank you very much for coming and bringing your 7 friends, Sid. And I'd like to see them again when yours gets grown up. You look around and see maybe you'll see a basset hound in your neighborhood, and maybe you'll even see a possum or a hog-nosed snake. Goodbye, and come back soon again.
This program was made possible through funds contributed by members of the Maryland Center for Public Broadcasting.
Pre-recorded in the studios of the Maryland Center for Public Broadcasting.